It's Tuesday, December 29th. We're getting closer to the new year. I'm extremely excited for what that will bring, and hopefully it's a way better 2021. But appreciate all those of you that come along for this morning's live stream. A lot of different things we're going to discuss today. Obviously our episode is coming out on a Friday. Would me and Tristan are going to be able to do an episode, or should be able to, and we'll be talking about a plethora of different things, including why Davante Adams could be the best wide receiver in the entire NFL. But until then, we're going to get to it right now. But for those of you that watch us on YouTube, make sure you guys subscribe down below, leave us a like and a comment. We deeply appreciate you guys that do. It does help people find the show, so please make sure to like and subscribe. Also, again, leave a comment. So through the different things we're going to talk today, we're going to start with why the Panthers are closer than people think. The Carolina Panthers, to me, are truly a fringe playoff team if they make a couple of key off-season moves. And I got to give a key shout out to a guy by the name of Ryan that I work with for the Unfiltered Sports Network. I got to be honest with you. It really seems like, he brought this up, and it makes a lot of sense to me. Teddy Bridgewater is the perfect stopgap player. Now, that got me thinking with our conversation. Now, he's got 15 touchdown passes and 9 interceptions this year, and he's a guy that, truthfully, I think he's got a lot to offer a franchise. I don't think necessarily that he's a guy that you're going to build around, but he could be. I could definitely be wrong. I definitely think that he's a guy that people should watch out for in the future. And he's somebody that's really fun to watch. But the thing that gets me about this team, and it's kind of like this same thing with the Vikings back in the day, is they really have a player, or seem to have a player, on every level of that offense and defense that you're like, wow, they are a top player. They can really make some plays. And what I mean by that is, especially offensively, obviously you got Christian McCaffrey, who, by the way, has only played 3 games this year, but he has 6 touchdowns. I'm no mathematician, but 6 total touchdowns in 3 games is pretty impressive. I mean, you got a guy that could potentially score 32 touchdowns in a season. That's nothing to gawk at. This guy is the real deal, and I absolutely have nothing but love and respect for a guy by the name of Christian McCaffrey. Now, that being said, they actually have a lot of other pieces. Mike Davis can actually tote the rock a little bit. He's a good back. I think that he's somebody that can definitely come in and spell Christian McCaffrey when they have to. I definitely think that, again, Teddy Bridgewater is a good stopgap quarterback, but I also think he brings a little something now. I touched on this yesterday in our chat that he does tend to throw a lot of checkdowns, but at the end of the day, he's actually one of the more accurate deep ball passers. He doesn't take a lot of chances. He takes good care of the football, and he won't take a shot unless he absolutely has to. And more often than not, he usually hits on him. So, but I mean, that's just how Teddy's always been. But you gotta love Teddy. Everybody loves Teddy. Let's see here. So, by the way, Teddy has 5 rushing touchdowns this year. See, gotta love Teddy. You have to love Teddy. But the Panthers are closer than people think because, again, they've got guys on the offense. Robbie Anderson had over 1,000 yards this year. Doesn't score a lot of touchdowns, but he's fast, gets a lot of yards after the catch, and he's got reliable hands, and he's a good deep threat. So Robbie Anderson is a man. Then you guys got a guy like DJ Moore, who has also has over 1,000 yards and 4 touchdowns this year. And I mean, the list just goes on. But again, people have to realize right now, the Panthers are in the situation that they are because, I truly believe that if Christian McCaffrey plays at least half of the games this year, they probably win at least 4 more. Probably. I mean, let's be honest here. I mean, the Panthers are a good team, but at 5-10, I bet you they get at least 5 games back if Christian McCaffrey plays in at least half of those games. Just saying. That's how good this man is. So, if we can say that just by Christian McCaffrey coming back, they are a 10-win team, I don't think that's too far-fetched. And I think there's a lot of things that this team there's a lot of things in this team that can make a lot of people very, very, very nervous and also very, very excited about if they're a fan. And one of those reasons, especially on the defensive side of the football now, Jeremy Chin. I feel like Jeremy Chin should truly be a Pro Bowler. Like, he should have made the Pro Bowl this year. Jeremy Chin is a legitimate threat for any offensive scheme that has to game plan for this guy because, I mean, he's just amazing. I think, obviously, a Rookie of the Year, Defensive Rookie of the Year, that is, they've clearly got, he's clearly got a shot. Let's be real about that. But I will say that this man, just from the beginning, when I first saw him, I didn't really think anything of it, but just the way this man has played, he's amazing. I think that he definitely needs to be, respect needs to be given to Jeremy Chin right now. I think at the end of the day, unfortunately, Pro Bowl is kind of a popularity contest, but it's a travesty he did not make it because, again, Jeremy Chin is a man. He deserves a lot of credit. Shaq Thompson, on the other hand, you got a guy like Shaq Thompson who also has over 100 tackles this year. He flies around, he makes plays for that defense. Now, there's also the argument that, while a guy may make a lot of tackles, a guy like Chad Greenway later in his career, that doesn't necessarily mean he's around the football a lot. It just means that, he is around the football a lot, but it just also means that, hey, he's not making the plays, like he's not making the splash interception plays. But I still like Shaq Thompson. I think he brings a lot to that defense. And certainly is a player to definitely not mess with. Trey Boston is another guy I think of. But the guy right now that I think is, a really key building block for this Panthers defense is a guy by the name of Brian Burns. Has 9 total sacks this year. Is every bit of the word a speed rusher. You look up speed rusher in the dictionary, there's Brian Burns right there. He's listed at 6'5", 250 pounds. I will say, I don't think he's 250 pounds. Maybe he is, but it just doesn't seem like it to me. But I will say also, again, don't mess with this guy. He is every bit of the word legit. He's definitely one of those key building piece on that defense. Through 31 career games, has 16.5 sacks, a total of 4 forced fumbles. Also has a defensive touchdown. This guy is every bit of a defensive player that the Panthers can build on. There's a lot. Just if you look at every level of the defense, again, I'm going to go through it again. Jeremy Chin in the secondary. You got Brian Burns on the defensive line, and then you got guys like Shaq Thompson, who's a respectable linebacker. He's not an all-pro. I think there's some different things that they could find a replacement for him in terms of maybe get some better production in terms of interceptions, or because he's got a 53.3 PFF grade right now, which is not great, but maybe you could upgrade, but he's still a solid building piece. You even got guys like Derek Brown, who I'm a huge fan of. I think if you look from a technique and motor and just playmaking ability, Derek Brown is going to be one of the top players in the NFL. Then you got guys like Yetur Gross-Matos, who I wanted the Vikings to get, but life is what it is. You take what it gives you, unfortunately. But he's a player to be reckoned with. But those are key reasons that I believe the Panthers are not far behind. Just hold out hope if they can, if Teddy can, and finally, if Christian McCaffrey, that's where it all starts with me. If Christian McCaffrey can stay healthy, a lot of people forget this. Teddy took the Minnesota Vikings to the playoffs back in 2015, when this was Mike Zimmer's second year, when they had a top 10, top 15 defense and a really good running game. Adrian Pearson led the NFL in rushing that year. Christian McCaffrey stays healthy. I don't see a reason why the Panthers can't be in the playoffs. I think Teddy can do just enough to bring the Panthers to the playoffs. Again, it could be wrong, but I feel like he can do just enough to get the job done. So those are key reasons why I think the Panthers and Panthers fans should hold out hope, because this team is closer than you think. They're a good team. They've got a lot, like I said, more than one piece on every level of the defense. I think they can definitely make some noise next year. Watch out for the Carolina Panthers in 2021.